So we're going to get in there and do what we do every time and be the greatest team in all of professional wrestling. Simple as that. And yes, we do have a target on our back because when you're the best, that's what happens. Everybody wants to conquer the best. We are the best.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and today we have an amazing show and, of course, nothing but amazing guests. They are the current WOW Trios champions, members of the new faction Top Tier. Please welcome WOW superheroes Kandi Krush and Coach Campanelli. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
We're doing great as always.
So let's get into it. So, Coach, a lot of things have happened in the last couple of months. You have added people to the faction. You've taken people away from the faction. You created a new one, Top Tier. Do you have any regrets?
A lot of big changes, a lot of growing pains, but no, I don't think I have any regrets.
Okay. So
I don't know how she would have regrets when she has the best athletes in her faction now and we are trio champions. But
I agree, but it could have been like, 4 people in the stable, especially with Ariel Sky. She was so dedicated to you. She tried to, you made her the water girl, which was a little bit problematic.
You have to pay your dues sometimes. She gave her the opportunity. Ariel Sky fumbled it.
All right, there it is. Let's go to you now, Kandi. So you were essentially the gatekeeper for a lot of the new WOW superheroes that are coming up. You are now part of this faction as far as Top Tier. What is it like to have like a group behind you, solid behind you, aside from just having 1 or 2 WOW superheroes who you thought were your friends?
I like how you said that. Thought were my friends. So first of all, Coach was there to remind me that I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win. And if I want to do that, I have to be with the best team, which is Top Tier. And every good boxer needs a good coach. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Every great boxer needs a great coach. And we are greatness personified. So I feel great being with Top Tier. I feel like this is where I need to be to go all the way to the top. And I was already winning as a singles wrestler, had a few glitches along the way, and that's where Coach came in with her tips. And I saw that, it's not necessarily that we became friends, but we formed a team, a partnership. Top Tier, we're basically under contract with Coach Campanelli. She has the playbook. She decides what we do, when we do it, how we do it, and we just offer our great athleticism to be able to carry out her vision. So she is the brain, I am the brawn, and Gloria Glitter is the buns. So, we're here to knock them out, gas them out, and take down all of the competition. Trio champions is just the beginning.
Okay. I know you mentioned, I think it was 2 episodes ago or episode ago about Trio's belt. Has there been any more talks into that? Have you guys been doing some things that, we haven't seen? Negotiation?
Not that we've heard of yet, but we're always planting seeds. So
look, we requested that from David McLean, and if he knows what's best for him, he will get us those belts. Because honestly, we don't just want to defend a trophy once a year in a tournament. We're better than that. Mm-hmm. We are the greatest team in all of professional wrestling. So we want to have belts that show everybody. When we walk out with that hardware on, they see the champs are here. And we'll defend it against anybody, anywhere, anytime.
So, Coach, your promos, they have a little bit of bite to it, definitely some inspiration, but also some realism to it. And you do this all on the fly in the middle of the ring. So what do you draw from in order to, produce those promos?
I mean, I draw from life. I draw from my experience, both as an athlete in a wide variety of sports, but as a coach, being on the other side of whatever sport other than actively playing it, but from coaching it, you have a whole different perspective as well. And you have to be able to motivate in ways that are both uplifting, but also driving them to be better, because the moment you stay complacent is when the other team, the other person is going to get on top, or is when you get kicked out of the team. So I try to hit every aspect of what I'm trying to say. I like to use my words as well as my hands, and I'll settle things with words, not just in the ring, but I try to make sure that I hit every point of what I'm trying to say.
Okay. And is there anybody that you might be recruiting as part of this faction? I mean, you definitely have a core great, the three of you guys are great together, but is there anybody else that you're kind of looking at that like she might be a good addition to the team as well?
It's never off the table. I'll say that. Just like how I formed Top Tier in the first place, I've always got my eyes set on all of the competition, all of the talent here at WOW Women of Wrestling, because it is a pretty stacked roster, I will say. So we are always being challenged by our opponents, which is great. But, that always provides the opportunity for another person to join our side as well. As of right now, I'm pretty happy with the team as it is. But like I said, you never know.
I mean, they're going to have to really level up to be able to step into Top Tier, though. I will say that.
And speaking of Top Tier, Kandi, you were recently engaged.
Yes, I am recently engaged.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I will just say that it takes a strong man to be able to handle my energy and my power. So I'm also dating a wrestler. It only makes sense. I feel like that's the only person that could handle somebody from Top Tier. So yeah, I'm very excited about my new journey. I'm always up for a challenge, and they say marriage is a challenging thing. So we'll see. But I feel like since I joined Top Tier, everything in my life has just leveled up.
Okay, so now what's the game plan? So I mean, trios champions. I mean, you can also vie for tag team and individual if you wanted to. So what's the game plan as far as Top Tier? Coach, did you have this on a whiteboard somewhere? What is it looking like for the rest of 2024?
I think you said exactly that. I mean, the great thing about us, and the reason I formed Top Tier also, is not only do I want a strong team, but I want us each to be equally as strong as individuals. I want to be able to trust whoever I send out there under my name to win. So I think I found that in Krush and Glitter. And I think, the only natural next step is up until we have all belts, or belts and trophy.
Yeah, we have the skills to be the top in every division. And that's what we're going to do.
Okay. It seems like with Top Tier, you guys are a little bit more edgier. And with that, it seems like you guys are getting a little bit more enemies within the WOW superheroes, and particularly the All-American girls. What do you guys have to say about them or to them?
Well, I never had any personal beef with them per se. But, once they came in and kind of made something that wasn't their business, well, now we got to handle that. And I am more than happy to do that. But if they want to join Ariel Sky and kind of fight for her a little bit, then sure, we're at 3-on-3 and we'd be happy to take them on.
And like Coach said, they came and made something their business that wasn't their business. So we're here to finish business. And that's what we're going to do this weekend when we go head to head with them. And we're not scared. We always like to say there's no need to be scared when you're skilled. And so that's what we live by. And that's what we show in the ring. So we do have confidence. Maybe we're edgy, whatever you want to call it. It's not arrogance because we can back it up. So we're going to get in there and do what we do every time and be the greatest team in all professional wrestling. Simple as that. And yes, we do have a target on our back because when you're the best, that's what happens. Everybody wants to conquer the best. We are the best.
So with that being said, do you guys train together? What does the training look like for Top Tier?
Well, we train in the ring several hours a day, 5 days a week, but training doesn't stop once you step outside the ring. You're also lifting. Cardio, obviously, is very important. And wrestling is just as much a mental game as it is physical. You need to take care of your body, too. You need to prep the tool that you use. So diet, as well as training. And then mental, watching tapes, studying our opponents, going over potential scenarios, and just making sure that we've got the mental fortitude and strength to match any challenge that might come up beyond even the physical.
Yeah, with coach's guidance, my training regimen has changed a bit and has gotten a lot more back to what it was when I was in fight camp for boxing. So she took away my sweets. And now, if you've seen Million Dollar Baby, she has me running sprints on the sand at the beach. She has me eating raw egg whites, raw meat, you name it, anything you don't want to eat that will make you stronger, she makes me eat it.
And let me tell you, that is a challenge because the Kandi might stand for the sweet science of boxing, but cake is her favorite food.
Cake is my favorite food group. I'm going through a little bit of a hard time right now with my diet, but you will see soon that she has created a whole new monster out of me. So with this strict regimen, like she said, the training 5 days a week, in and out of the ring, plus this strict nutritional focus and mindset, there is no stopping us.
And there has been quite a few, and you guys mentioned it as well, quite a few wild superheroes who have been added to the roster. On an individual level, is there somebody that you want to, get your hands on as far as one-on-one competition?
I've always wanted my hands on the beast. So whether she has the title or not, I want to prove that I have just as much strength as she has. She might have bigger, bolder shoulders than I have, although mine are increasing in size as we speak because of what we just talked about, what coach has me going through. So I might come out looking just like the beast myself one day. Either way, I have the knockout power to take her down. And so I would love to go toe to toe with her.
Me personally, honestly, I want to take on every single person on this roster because if that's what it takes to prove that I am the best of the best, then that's what I want to do. And if it's the beast who's standing in the way of that belt or the mother truckers in the way of the tag belts, then those are the people that I'm going to be mentally preparing for first.
Gotcha. And so I noticed, kind of going back to the beginning, I know it felt like a little bit of overlapping when you dropped Team Spirit and you became top tier. At what point in that change did you realize like this is not going to work, and why didn't you decide to tell the members of top tier that this was like, instead of almost embarrassing them in the ring?
Well, sometimes as a coach, like I said before, you got to kind of be keeping your eye on all of the possibilities. So while I was with Team Spirit, I did kind of have to look around a little bit and assess my situation. They were kind of going rogue a little bit, making their own choices, bringing in Sasha Sparks, misinterpreting my advice, not necessarily being the athletes that I feel like I can trust to not have to come in for a save every now and then. And while I do think that they have talent in their own merit, I wanted a different type of athlete. So I was kind of testing the waters a little bit, planting some seeds, looking to recruit a new team with Glitter and with Krush. And once I felt they were receptive to that and felt like we had good chemistry as a team together and that they respected me as the coach, that it was time to make an example to everybody what happens when you cross coach and when you don't listen to me and my tips. So maybe it was a little bit embarrassing, but I felt like it was a little bit of a necessary lesson.
And look, I have no intention of crossing coach because I know that with her in my corner, like I said before, that I'll go all the way to the top. And also, clearly, a 3-sport professional, I'm coachable. So this is where I'm meant to be.
Okay. And so I guess the next question, you guys kind of both touched on it. We just saw the implosion of Exodus. How do you, prevent, or how do you go about preventing that from happening with top tier?
Yeah, what happened to Team Exile was a little shocking, a little sad for them. But, I think what happened to them is sometimes when you have a team with a little bit of a looser dynamic, especially people who all came together because they're used to being exiled on their own, you kind of start to butt heads with egos and with trying to form their own dynamic. I feel like with top tier, our dynamic is very clear. I am the coach, and we all have our own different specialties. Krush, obviously comes from synchronized swimming and boxing, And Gloria Glitter has the best stamina and cardio of anyone I've ever seen.
Mhm.
So we all kind of come in, you know, me as coach with my strategy, with my mental game, my all around kind of all general sort of technique and technical skill. We all kind of come in when we're needed most. And that's part of my job as coach, is to know when to send in the next person or who to match up with. And from there, it's just a matter of the skill and actually being able to get there to tag in and out. So
yeah, when to send in the muscle. And also, I would like to say kind of what she said. Exile came together all as like people who had been, you know, exiled, outcasted. So they were formed on a similar, you know, resonating with loneliness and misery.
Mm.
We were formed based on greatness. That's unbreakable. So that's a big difference of what brought us together.
True.
So, and we touched on it as far as your goals, but it seems like, you know, any good coach, we see this happen in all different sports. You know, you implement the plan and you execute the plan and you reach the top of the mountain. What do you see for top tier in by the end of this year? What do you know, tell me what the game plan is, what you see. And so when it happens, we can just play this clip and show that you made it.
Well, you know, I think I don't want to give away my entire playbook, my entire plan, but I think, you know, we already talked about our goals of being able to go for the tag team belt and the singles champ belt. But I think our first goal, because you can't look too far ahead and miss what's coming right in front of you.
Mhm.
So our first goal right now is to just prove to Ariel Sky who top tier is. And whoever she finds to match up with against us, we'll take it on until we finally, you know, finish it.
Yeah, once we settle the score, it's strap season, baby. Time to collect all those belts. I'll just say it in a simpler way. She's the brain, I'm the brawn. I'll make it very clear we're coming for everything.
And so just to be clear, there's no redemption for Ariel Sky or Princess Aussie. That's what your guess.
I don't see that happening in the near future, no.
The princess is going to have to get down and grovel.
Well, there it is. I look forward to the continued ascension of top tier. You guys are doing amazing work. But tell everybody where they can find you guys.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, or X, at Kandi Krush _wow, KandiKrush.
You can find me on Instagram at Coach Campanelli _wow. That's CAMPANELLI, or on X at Coach Campanelli.
And then you can follow WOW at WOW Superheroes.
There it is. Thank you guys so much for joining. You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. You can follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all social media platforms at www.talkpod.com. Until next time, guys. Ciao for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.